there he goes, a final public appearance by the last victorious ITC car. The Mercedes C-Class completes the final laps in Stuttgart's Gottlieb Daimler Stadium. And AMG's mechanics show us what can be done during short intermissions, like changing a motor in 5 minutes. The final straight leads us unswervingly to the Mercedes Museum in Untertürkheim. In its 3-year career in both the DTM and ITC, the racing version of the C-Class notched up 34 wins. All in all, Mercedes was victorious 84 times, but now new chapters had to be written, from scratch. The racing formula was going to be the new FIA GT Championship. For Mercedes, it fitted in well as the third prong on their three-pointed star, besides Formula One and the American Kart Series. First thoughts dwelled on strong ties to the production models, racing as a message, conveying news, good news. For example, winning technology clothed in a striking silhouette. Spell it CLK. Winter came early this year, and at the beginning of December, the future started at AMG. An ideal notion was parallel development. The introduction of the CLK production series was to coincide with the world debut of the racing car and its roadster version. An unprecedented race against the clock began. The mother of all high-tech is still the hand-drawn sketch, which then goes on to find its form and measure with computer-aided design. Chief racing engineer Gerhard Unger just about carries AMG's entire knowledge under his bonnet. Only with this depth of experience would anyone dare to start all over from the tiniest screw upwards. Picking the newest research data out of the flow, the model builders were the next guys down the line, translating the virtual graphics of the car's design into a 1:5 scale reality. Turning the CLK into a racer and a road-going version was something which fitted like a glove into its current market identity. The board of directors was convinced that the basics were there and gave the green light for a prototype before Christmas. The new year had hardly begun before the first trial motor was on the test bench. Admittedly, the CLK's power pack was the easier part of the exercise, because the V12 already exists in production models, where it does its job in both the S600 and the SL600. In racing trim, the 6000cc engine produces more than 600 horsepower at 7,000 revolutions per minute. Just when the production of single components started, from the tube frame and gearbox to the cable harnesses, the new Formula One Silver Arrow, the McLaren Mercedes MP412, was already fit to race. At its presentation in London, its colours, at once nostalgic and fresh, caught everyone's eye. The date was the 16th of February, and at AMG, it was the 91st day of its own new project. Two weeks later, on the 3rd of March, the American kart season kicked off in the new Homestead Oval near Miami. At home in Schwaben, day 106 saw the seating rehearsal for a new troupe of team drivers. Alessandro Nannini enrolled, enriching Mercedes with the spirit of Italy. For 7 years, Bernd Schneider has stood for consistency in the Mercedes racing scene. Side by side with the experienced pilots came new young talents. Marcel Thiemann joins Nannini. Austria's Alexander Wurz pairs up with Schneider. The third pair consists of Klaus Ludwig and Bernd Mailänder. A week after kart in the States, the Formula One season took off in Australia at Melbourne. Burning the midnight oil in the workshop, the AMG mechanics witnessed the first triumph of the Silver Arrow in Formula One since Monza in 1955, greatly boosting morale. Just then, the first carbon fibre monocoque was emerging fresh from the oven. Using thermovision, the structure was checked for any minuscule fractures, for example at drilling points. On the screen, every potential weakness can be revealed.
There with that bit of blue, just on your... I know you can see it here. Yeah.
After the go-ahead for the monocoque, the mechanics warmed up for the final 100 metres against the clock. The season was to start in 4 weeks at Hockenheim. 2 weeks before that came the first test drive.